when you're not stressed out, that also still kind of feels pretty good. Hi, I'm Dr. Kiki Fehling, a licensed psychologist and expert in dialectical behavior therapy, also known as DBT. DBT is a therapy that specializes in helping people learn how to live with and manage their emotions, and 4 of the skills it offers are called the TIP skills. The TIP skills are designed to help you de-stress and cope with overwhelm when you're feeling panicked or agitated or anxious. But today I wanted to talk about the first one, tip your temperature, and give you a walkthrough of how to do the skill. I'll tell you what you need to practice the skill, and then I will actually practice the skill so that you can see it and possibly even practice along with me. If you can't or don't want to practice with me right now, that's no problem. Just save this video for later, and then you can skip ahead to the chapter called Ice Dive with me, and then dive into the practice. The first skill in the tip skills is called tip your temperature. I've also had clients call this the ice dive skill. This skill boils down to basically putting your face in a full bowl of cold water. Humans have something called the mammalian dive reflex. This is a reflex that when we are underwater, our body systems kick in to lower our heart rate to help our bodies conserve oxygen because we can't breathe underwater. We can use this reflex through the tip your temperature skill by tricking our body to think that it's underwater, bringing our heart rates down, and helping us de-stress really fast. Perhaps I'll mention here, if you have cardiac issues, it's very important that you ask your doctor about whether you can use this skill before you actually do so. Assuming you are medically cleared, the first thing that you want to practice this skill is a big bowl, big enough to fit your face into. You want access to water to fill up the bowl, you want ice, and then you want a towel to dry up with. Alternatively, you can also use like a stoppable sink that you can fill with water. Or if you don't have a bowl or a sink, you can always use an ice pack. But then if you go that route, you also want a paper towel. Let's practice. So the first thing you want to do is fill your bowl or your sink with water. Fill it with cold water, as cold as your faucet will go. If you're using the frozen bag of ice or frozen vegetables or something like that, at this point you want to wet the paper towel. The mammalian dive reflex is specifically activated by having the wet and cold over our eyes and our nose. And so the wet paper towel is to put over the frozen vegetables or bag of ice to help mimic that wetness and convince your body that it's underwater and make that dive reflex kick in. After you have your bowl of water, you want to fill it with ice. So really, the point here is just having a little bit of ice in. The water itself doesn't need to be freezing. And in fact, we don't want it to be freezing. We're not doing like a polar bear plunge because that can actually activate your stress response. We just want the water to be cold. So if your faucet actually puts out very cold water by itself, you might not need ice. And then we practice. So what I'm gonna do is have my towel nearby and, oh, I need a hair tie. Okay, give me a moment. Okay, so obviously hair tie is optional, but if you have long hair, this can get pretty messy, hence the towel. But let's practice together right now. I really encourage you to practice this along with me, or to save this video for a later time when you can practice. And then again, you can always come back to this video and do this skill with me, almost like a body double, when you're actually stressed out or feeling overwhelmed. It can kind of act like phone coaching, like the normal part of DBT, where you can call a therapist 24/7. Having that external support to walk you through the skill can be incredibly helpful when you're feeling like you can't even think clearly or you're just feeling really upset. So to practice this skill, you want to put your whole face into the bowl, holding your breath basically for as long as you can. You do want to give your body a chance to fully be underwater and calm down. When you run out of breath, just come back up, take a few deep breaths, and then go back in. I'm gonna set a timer for about 1.5 minutes. You don't have to do it the same speed at which I'm doing it. Follow your body, whatever it says to do. But I'm just gonna do it 1.5 minutes. You do it along with me, and I'll tell you when the timer is up. Ready? Go ahead. That's a minute and a half. Whew! When you're not stressed out, that also still kind of feels pretty good. Oh, I wish I had taken my heart rate before and after. Oh well, maybe next time. If you want to see a video on that, let me know. If you are practicing this skill when you are actively stressed out, I encourage you to follow it immediately with another one of the TIP skills or just another coping skill in general. If you want to learn the other TIP skills, you can check out my other videos about them over here. Also, you can always subscribe because I'll be teaching and sharing about all sorts of mental health tips and tricks moving forward.